Okay, getting the first pick. Oh, get three, Pyro, get three with the
Blade Kick putting on a clinic. 14 down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
Good evening, everybody. Welcome to our second to final regular season game here in Stage 2 of Season 5 of the Overwatch Tranquility community. We have Dirt going up against Folklore Gaming tonight in Group B in the Transcendence tier. The big stakes here for both teams. The winner tonight will be moving on to our Season 5 playoffs. The loser season, unfortunately, will be ending. My name is Booth. I am the play-by-play announcer tonight. DJ Gizmo joined me on analysis, and on production we had Jukebox. This was a pre-recorded match from Wednesday, let me check my calendar, Wednesday, September 30th. We then air these matches live Friday nights. I'm giving you a quick intro on this because we had some recording issues and we ended up losing our normal intro as well as the first point on control map. Once I switch over to the video for you guys, you're going to see the continuation from there. We also had a couple of technical difficulties where the Overwatch Tranquility pause sign was up throughout most of the match, so don't worry about spamming chat that there's issues with there. It's a recording, so we're not able to fix those, but we'll keep an eye on that there for the future. But make sure you guys are staying tuned. This is a very good match, and give all respect to both Dirt and Folklore Gaming, but stay tuned. We have a good one for you. Yeah, the Reapers seem to do a pretty good job there against Truth on the Winston. It's so hard to dive in. Like, what are you going to do? Dive right into a backline where there's a Reaper sitting there?
Not me,
not me. Not at all. But both teams going to be kind of running mirror compositions here, going with that Diva and the Winston comp, the Sombra and the Reaper. And Poisey actually getting the first pick there onto Kieran, which, by the way, I want to point out, Corin and Kieran both on the same team. That's just a nightmare being a caster. I'm going to mess it up about 1,000,000 times tonight. But the first hack there coming out, I think it ended up getting that first pick. Dragon now getting the there onto Wolf, who's going to get demeched in the process, but not before Truth is able to fall. Kevin Raptor doing a good job there on the Reaper. The point going to unlock. Dirt going to be able to fall back and take it here, but without a main tank, Folklore going to be pushing in and stopping the contest, actually. Grabbing a bit more position here. They have that Winston bubble, a good hack there onto Jack as well, who's going to get demeched now. And wow, effect already with the Coalescence. It's going to be throwing it out. Picks up at least 2 there at the end, and the point now gonna slide over to the side of Folklore. Dirt got that initial pick that they needed, but losing that Winston really just they couldn't hold on to point enough.
Yeah, I mean, what a huge start off for Poisey, taking Kyron out of the fight just like that. I mean, Lucio v Lucio, that's like watching, Red Shell versus Dogman. Dogman probably a little bit better.
Good.
Dogman's just an amazing player, but this is now.
Break one, Lucio.
Oh,
it is catching 4 members. It doesn't catch either of the DPS though, and Corin's able to throw their own back, picking up 5 members, and now Kevin Raptor not going to get caught by the EMP either. Throws in 2, picks up 2 kills in the process. The return from Vanguard going to come out, also pick up 2 here. It's a pretty even trade as we see the Coalescence coming out from Tasty as well, able to help out the DMEC going through. Vanguard getting their 3rd in the fight, and Dirt gonna clean up in the end. So a big EMP out, but didn't catch the targets they needed.
I feel like I'm watching a game of Pong. It's just going back and forth, back and forth. Like, one EMP goes out, the other one goes out. Death Blossom goes out, the other one goes out. And I mean, it's actually not a bad strategy, if you can clean up the same amount of kills or even more with the same ult. Yeah, it's not a lost fight because you're both using the same amount of ults.
Exactly. It's kind of like, they probably had to invest so many resources to go in on that EMP. They weren't ready to counter one of their own. And we see the bomb going to come out here from Wolf, looking for the remake. Not able to catch any. Jack and the Throwers out as well. Keep it up with the ping pong. Oh my goodness! The mech coming back in took Jack off the side of the map. You don't get to see that all the time. The EMP for Corrin coming out, catching 2 members there. The beat drop being used just before that. Vanguard, though, getting so close to that Death Blossom. Going to look to throw it in here. There's the EMP coming out, catches 5 members, and that's go time for Vanguard, picking up 3 kills in the process, and Dirt gonna continue to hold on here as we get up to 50%.
Can I just say how impressive our 2 Sombras have been? They were able to build both an EMP in one fight after just using it. That, and actually the DPS just tonight are insane. Like, both Reapers got their ults back. Now you got Death Blossom from Kevin ready with Farouk, who can probably, knock Jack around just so he can have more of a free Death Blossom, but not having the combo of EMP Death Blossom is going to put him at a disadvantage when it comes to this fight.
Yeah, they got to be careful. All up to Jack here on the D.Va to try to eat most of that Death Blossom. Looking maybe for a little bit of a pick here. There's the initiation coming in from Faru. Truth going down almost immediately. And with the Death Blossom coming out, is going to get eaten. But with no main tank still remaining here for Dirt, going to be hard for them to hold on to the point. The Primal Rage from Faru going to come out in the process and batter around Dirt, getting knocked off the point here. The capture trying to go through here for Folklore. Going to get up to probably 99% though for Dirt. So even though they're losing this fight, they're in a very good place here to retake because they didn't really invest. They didn't invest anything into that fight actually.
No, and they're already coming up on another EMP, and they're 60% to another Death Blossom. I'm sure Vanguard will get it probably midway fight, and Tasty can support that with Coalescence. The key for it is, even if they don't get the EMP Death Blossom, is Dragon just needs to find Wolf and hack him so that way there's no trouble with Death Blossom. Oh, what a big EMP.
Yeah, EMP catching 4 members there, but no follow-up right away. Corrin falls in the process. There goes Truth down as well, and now Folklore up 5-4 here. And actually 5, they get in the D-Mech as well. So Dirt gonna have to reset quickly, 85%. Definitely enough time for them to push in, but oh my god, look at all those ultimates they have.
Yeah, you've got it's gonna be a 6 ult versus a 2 ult fight, and Kyron's got to be careful with that B-drop. They have got to hide so Dragon does not catch them and they can save the team with that B-drop.
Oh, there's the EMP. It just catches Corrin actually in the process. You saw the beat drop from Kieran was placed very well, keeping the team alive. Corrin did fall in the process. Now the D.Va Bomb coming out from Jack, trying to catch it through. Does pick up Wolf, who threw out their own D.Va Bomb, not able to clean any up with it. Vanguard picking up 2 there with the Death Blossom as well. And Dirt gonna grab a hold of this point again and tie us up 1-1 here on Busan.
Yeah, I think running the mirror match was definitely the right call from Dirt. The ult economy on both teams is pretty fair. They're going back and forth. Not one team's overusing ult. I thought Vanguard may have popped one of his Death Blossoms a little late in the fight that looked like it was already won just because of Dragon's EMP. But sometimes you just gotta be necessary and do what you can.
Yeah. Well, looks like both teams, for the moment at least, sticking on comps. There we see some switches now. Fairy going over to the Reinhardt. What you do see here, especially on Sanctuary, you're going to probably stick, on Mecha Base, sorry, you're going to stick with that D.Va still, being really powerful in the meta. But Wolf actually, onto the Zarya, going with the Rein Zarya now on the side of Folklore. But same composition for Dirt that they ran last time. Not going to see swaps anywhere else for Folklore. You're going to see the initiation here for Dirt. Coming around on the side, going to try to meet this team forward, negating as much cover as they can. They don't have the shield to deal with it as much. You see Corrin trying to get those hacks in the back and gets it onto Vanguard, but Truth gonna go in with the bubble and create a lot of space there for their team. Getting so dangerously low. Tasty having to pump heals to keep a team alive, and Pharaoh getting dangerously low as well, and is gonna fall now to Vanguard, but not before Wolf takes down their Lucio. Vanguard though, 2 big picks. And actually gonna trade back and forth, going each way. Nobody going to point, even though it's unlocked here. Kevin Raptor still alive though, is a lot of damage left for Folklore. You're gonna see them trying to push in and deal with as much as they can. They have the Reinhardt back now, but nobody's still contesting point yet. Dirt's gonna try to grab it themselves, but Folklore gonna fall from this high ground and deal with it. The Coalescence from Tasty coming out. Gonna try to finish up some of these picks, but there's the EMP from Pullman. Picks up 4 members. And with that going, it's go time there for Folklore Gaming. They do lose their Reinhardt in the process, but throwing out the Death Blossom of their own. Gonna take out that Lucio, who was getting so close to beat drop. You do see the EMP from Dragon come out as well, but not enough there to follow up with it. And Folklore gonna just cap point for the first time. Actually, we haven't even got a capture percentage in yet. That's a lot of ults already being used.
Yeah, that's pretty insane. And Corinne's already at 50% of another EMP. So I'd say that's a good win trade right there for Folklore. Because right now, even though they're not getting too much off of the EMP, it's that one pick that they're able to, capture with it that's won in the fight every time.
It is, and now Dirt gonna take the right side approach here. There's the shot through, picks up 3 members of Dirt, and Faru gonna dive right in there on the Reinhardt, finishing off Vanguard, and this fight already over off the shatter there from Faru.
That was a nice little shatter, taking advantage of the bubble shield versus mobile shield difference right there. Honestly, I'm actually surprised that Truth has stayed on the Monkey because Mecha Base isn't a favorable map for the dive because usually teams are already on the high ground. Running the Brawl, I think, is actually a better deal while Dragon's just waiting for a nice hack.
Oh, a great hack there goes on to Faru. No shield to block the Diva Bomb, but a fantastic beat drop coming out of Kieran there to keep their team alive. The grab going to come out as well, but I'm going to get 2 picks from it in the long run as well. Folklore continuing to clean up here in this fight with Coalescence being thrown out at the end, but a great job there with that Graviton Surge out of Wolf.
Yeah, and honestly, what a great distraction getting Jack's attention so he can't eat the grab. This is truly a brawl map. I think that's definitely putting Folklore in favor, and it's just shown by the percentage they got right now on the clock.
It is Dirt ready to initiate them. They're Somber here in the background. Another shatter going through. Just 3 members. They're going to throw an EMP as well. Picks up 4. The Death Blossom from Kevin going in. Although not showing up in the kill feed, definitely killed a lot of the members of Dirt there. It's going to be up to Dragon to just a touch point at the end. Folklore going to be spy checking every single corner, but they are going to be able to uncloak just in time to get the touch here. Not going to be able to stay alive for long though. Truth having to go in is going to have the Primal Rage to stall out even longer, and the EMP from Dragon going to be available. Vanguard with a big pick going through. The beat drop from Poisey going to at the top keep their team alive. 4 members caught there from the EMP, and Dirt going to be able to flip point back with a great job there from Dragon.
Yeah, luckily the old economy was in their favor, which did allow Dirt to capture that point. But I'm just going to say this right now. In the one time Truth was able to get his Enrage, you already have Faru on his 3rd shatter, and without much protection from that, it's definitely going to be an easy win for Folklore.
Wow, an aggressive bomb there from Jack being thrown in. Dragon was looking for the hack, not able to find it, and now Folklore gonna hang out here for a second, waiting for the shield to recharge, but in the process, Poisey getting dropped there from Kevin, and there's the grab coming out, catches 2 members, both Reaper ultimates thrown out as well, spinning to win. Vanguard coming out on top, as it seems. The point does flip back over to Folklore, and Dirt gonna have to recap here. Almost lost that, almost C9'd.
Yeah. Corinne was trying to find a nice little opening amongst the chaos going on, and it almost worked. And right now, you got Corinne with the beat drop coming in. Dragon's close to EMP, but if Corinne can get it, before the fight starts, I think Faru's going to get a nice fat shatter here as well.
Yeah, Dirt up on the high ground, up to 50% here, so 2 fights should be left for Folklore if they end up losing here at the end, but they do have some ults available. Truth does get hacked up to 95% of that Primal Rage, getting dangerously low. Support's pumping all of their resources in, but with Wolf falling low too, not able to get up any charge there on the Zarya. A shatter being blocked there from Truth as well. A great job with the bubble. Gonna use the Primal Rage to help clean up here at the end with no tanks left for Folklore. Should just be clean up here for Dirt as we get into last fight territory here on map 3.
And if Dragon and Jack get their communication together on this next fight, they'll have a nice EMP bomb that can pretty much clutch the map for them. And at the same time, if Corinne's smart, he'll look for Jack or for Dragon and try to, prevent that from happening.
Oh, good. Dragons being able to help Sombra scout there. Catching the end. 5 members caught. Tasty, though, throwing out the Coalescence, try to keep their team alive. The trade's coming through on the side of Dirt. 2-1 here for them. The Death Blossom being thrown out from Vanguard. Not able to kick any up, but Kevin Raptor died with their Death Blossom up, and Vanguard cleaned up another one now. Just going to be the contest here from Effect on the point. Dirt looking to hold here. Kevin Raptor going to go in, is going to maybe be able to touch it. No, they're not. They're hacked before they can touch it. Dirt ends up winning here on the third point, 100-99. And oh my goodness, that was as close as it really could get there.
Yeah, in all honesty, I think just the lack of communication. Both teams seem to not really be trying to do the old combinations too well. Which, that happens. They're both playing in their head like, I had to win this. I got to use my ult. And I can tell you from my experience, being in this position that they're in, you're going to do whatever you can to win this fight. So if it means I pop Death Blossom right now, even though we're already up 2 in the fight, I'm going to do it. If I'm going to, build an EMP as quick as I am, I might as well just pop it, get us the advantage, because EMP has always been looked at as an winning ult fight. So I think, though, in the next few maps, whoever decides to maybe start thinking about the combos more will be able to pull away, because both teams are very even as far as skill set goes.
Yeah. I mean, was that 199 on all 3 points? That's pretty rare to see.
Yeah, it was pretty close to that, almost the 3 points. Yeah. It's but I gotta give it to the DPS tonight, though. They have just been building ults after ults, especially our Sombra players, Dragon and Corinne. They have not let up against each other on that, and that's huge on this.
Oh, wait, are we not recording right now, Juke? Okay, sorry. Okay, no worries. We'll get that edited. All right, well, we're going to be getting into map 2 here. It's going to be Folklore Gaming's pick as we go to everyone's favorite map type, which is Assault. We have choices here between Hanamura, Temple, or Volskaya. We'll see what they end up going with here.
Hey, with those 3 choices, those are actually the best 3 choices. So
yeah, the only 3 choices currently,
exactly,
right?
right? No Lunar Colony or Paris, thank God.
I don't know if we should be thanking Cavalier or Jeff for not having it in our pools anymore. I know we kind of followed the competitive scene in terms of like back when hero bans were being ran, we added those in after they were in for competitive play, or kind of maps aren't being used. So that'll be interesting to see how they end up changing those around for Overwatch 2 if that ever gets released. Who the heck even knows anymore? I think
there's been some leaks from reliable sources that is definitely next year. So.
Okay. I was thinking it was going to come out with the console releases. It kind of made sense, but we'll get to see it eventually. But we are going to see Volskaya as our second map tonight. Sub coming in here, we have Giodelo, I think that's how we decided we're going to pronounce that tonight, coming in for Corinne on the DPS slot. So taking out Corinne, he was running that Sombra. You normally saw Kevin over on the Reaper. So going to be interesting to see if they are going to be running the same role for them, if they're going to be trying something different. I'm not in the competitive seat as much as I once was with the game, but from what I can tell, it seems like teams are still kind of running those Sombra Reapers if they can, or maybe Ashe still being really strong as well.
Yeah, I think it relies on the map mostly, and just like I said, counter picks and stuff. Sometimes running the mirrors better, and honestly, right now it's just probably best to run what you're good at. And both teams seem very good with their Sombra and Reaper play, so
they do.
I would stick with it personally, and I think Dirt realized that after the first map on Busan, and well, we saw what happened. They ended up taking it, so.
Yeah, that we did. It's going to be interesting to see then what they come back with. Long range hit scan being pretty good there on the first point. Ashe, still incredibly strong, even though they've been trying to tweak the kit a little bit. I think the Dynamite offers so much ability, and that Coach gun is kind of an anti-dive. It's really hard, I think, to justify picking McCree or even Soldier over that. Obviously, Widow, Hanzo, anything you'd throw into that category. But starting off here on the defense, it's going to be Folklore Gaming. Going to come out with that Monkey Diva composition, but interesting DPS picks so far.
They're running a straight dive composition. I'm actually not looking at that as the interesting. Okay, they switched over from the Tracer to the Ashe. But I was going to say, running the Mercy Ana two very, self-support healers for one person. Obviously, Corinne's going to probably be pocket boosting the heck out of Kevin right here, which is personally what I would do, especially now that they did the nerf to the dynamite. But Jadella getting the nano boost as well. That's going to be a huge play for them.
Yeah, those nano blades will be really big. And we see the Zen Mercy on the attack, so they're going to be looking to get those Discord orbs before they get any of these initiations. They're going to be sticking here in the fact Dragon actually over onto the Ashe as well. So both teams running that long support affects placement here on the Anas in great spot. But watch out because Vanguard trying to go through there on the Tracer, but a good call out there from Folklore. The Mercy able to peel through, and the fight not really breaking out yet. Dirt taking a lot of space before the counter dive has really been able to do anything here for Folklore. They're not really investing too much yet. The Zen sitting in the back trying to get a Discord, and there it is. Both Winston's going up to the high ground. Folklore trying to counter dive in. Kevin getting that first pick on to Truth. The Resurrect does come out, but in the process they lose the mech and the baby diva form, and Folklore going to continue just to pressure through. You're seeing that Discord orb. It does make Faru kind of hide back there a little bit, wait for it to go off, and Dirt's stuck in a weird spot here on the side, but a great pick there from Tasty. Takes down the Genji, who was up to 70% towards the blade. Gonna have a long walk back from spawn there, and now with no DPS left for Folklore. Actually, sorry, there's the res from Kieran. Gonna get Kevin back up, who was getting pretty close there to that Bob ultimate. Oh my gosh, the double ultimate come out from Dirt. Tasty was micro HP, was anti-nated, and used the Transcendence to keep a line there. Truth using the Primal Rage as well to help clean up. Faru does take out the Mercy in the fight, but then ends up falling in the end. So no progress for Folklore yet, for Dirt yet, as we get to about 2.5 minutes. But now with these picks, should be able to start cleaning up and go in here to second point.
Yeah, I mean, it's like I was saying before in Busan, dive is all about watching who, makes the first mistake. You're not trying to get on point because you're not trying to make them come to you. You're trying to make them split apart, which having Vanguard being able to flank like that was able to get Kevin to, just be all alone, which had Kyrin going back and forth trying to help heal. And the anti-nade from Effect is, probably a better choice in the fight against the Zenyatta Discord, but I mean, that Transcendence was huge.
It was, and a big pick there. Poisey going down. They do end up demeching Wolf, who's going to throw out the self-destruct to get that remech up. They're expected for the dive to come in, but Folklore still getting a pretty good spot. They got the nano boost to be able to use here into this fight, as well as the Bob and that Valkyrie. So gonna have a lot to deal with, but Dirt kind of sitting on the same ult bank as them. Jack does have that bomb available for them. Gonna be looking to build up a Transcendence here pretty soon, but Dirt gonna have a lot of ultimates to throw in. Oh goodness, the headshot there from Budela over on to Dragon. Not gonna have, they get the res out, but no res gonna be available for the fight now. And there comes the nano boost, there comes the blade dashing through, going through onto the Zenyatta. Not able to get any pick, actually sorry, gets Dragon and picks out Tasty as well, and with 2 down, that'll be a 1 fight for Folklore, and Dirt's gonna have to try to run back and not get staggered.
Yeah, and that's actually honestly I'd say a more loss to Folklore because they did commit both support ults. Now you don't have anything to help survive the Bob attack, nor do you have anything for the Pulse Bomb, and not to mention Jack has Diva Bomb coming up as well. Tasty, as long as Effect doesn't get a huge nade, has all the support he needs with the Transcendence. So it's looking pretty good for Dirt right now as far as the ult economy goes. Ooh!
Oh, very big pick. The res have to be used here from Kieran. Not going to have it now for this fight to continue. Now, there's the jump in for Truth. Going to take a lot of damage. The bomb coming in from Jack placed over top. What a great spot. Takes down 2. And now the bomb gain have to be used here from Kevin just to contest on the point. But Truth going to go through and take out this Ashe here into the high ground. And the Bob getting deleted basically right away. Dirt sitting on point. Still have this Transcendence as well. Oh my gosh, Truth picking up Faru. Oh my goodness, cleaning up here on the Winston, and now with Folklore trying their best just to contest as long as they can, but Dirt gonna pull through with a massive time bank left for them.
Dirt taking a grave right now for Folklore with what I just said. That whole ult economy was definitely, the value. A huge Diva Bomb from Jack. But I just gotta say, Truth got 2 off the map. He was able to knock both Kevin and I believe it was Faru off the map with the Primal. So that's something you don't get to see very often. Volskaya is just a monkey going ham in the back line. And then just little point and just watch them try to come contest, and it was too late.
Every main tank's dream is to have Primal Rage when you're in a contest like that. You know, they're going to be running out of that spawn door so close to the edge.
Oh, yes. Everyone wants to be that Muma XQC god on the monkey.
Right. You know, that's the only way I can really get kills with the Primal. I'm so bad at my juggling that I just have to pray that there's some kind of environmental kill I could get with them, or, you know, trap someone in a corner. But we're going to see them defense here coming out from dirt. They're going to be sticking with a pretty similar composition, but now Vanguard going to be on the Hanzo instead. Going to run that Zen Mercy on defense. Really liking those Discord orbs, so it seems, from Tasty. Gonna be Vanguard's going to be a pretty big dive target, though. They got to be careful. Folklore at the moment sitting on basically the same composition they had. They're on that initial defense.
Yeah, honestly, I'm still questioning Jadello on the Genji. He was getting a little value, but I think he probably would have got more value if he was running the Tracer or maybe the Ashe. He might just be a projectile DPS, so I can understand, and everyone loves the, you know, Cyborg Ninja. But I think another thing, too, was the Discord was just a lot more effective than the anti-nades, you know? Tasty building Transcendence that won them both points.
Yeah, it did, and now they're going to actually run the Ana Lucio on the attack. Tasty getting a couple of good Discord orbs already, making the members of Folklore fall to micro HP, both DPS very low. Jodelo discorded and falling, but Kevin's able to take out Tasty in the fight. But Dirt going to pick up 2 now, going to be up. They do get Jack demeched though, so they gotta have to be careful here. If Folklore is able to get these spawns up quickly, they can push in with the advantage. No res being used on the side of Dirt.
Ooh, Kevin.
Big.
See, unfortunately, Posey has res, but I mean, just starting a little dominance there.
Oh, both DPS falling immediately. They were both trying to get on the flank there. Vanguard getting that headshot, was ready for it, and yeah, now Folklore's got to fall back out of that right away.
Yeah, and you know, Hanzo may be a huge dive target, but with the capability of one-shotting squishies or even that Storm Arrow, if he's got the pill for it, honestly, for defense, he's a good call. And so far he's shown us that he's the better Shimada brother right now.
Yeah, that I forget the name of the Sights arrow. I need to get better on my abilities. Has done a great job of picking out where these Sonic arrow. There you go. Has done a great job of picking out where these flankers are going. And now you see Folklore gonna go up to the high ground here, try to deal. I don't know if they know Jack's that close. Tries to get the boop off onto the edge, has to fall, and the Discord orb was able to fall onto Faru, who falls right away. The dragon being used, but the fight already really won here for Dirt. 2 minutes gonna be left here for Folklore. So they have to reset yet again.
Yeah, right now, honestly, if I was Vanguard, that Dragon's perfectly fine. You're not running a Zarya, so you don't have the combination.
True.
You're really just looking to zone out the team with the Dragons right now, and as quick as Hanzo is able to build that, being the projectile DPS he is, I wouldn't hassle, especially when you know Dragon has Bob to kind of take over that zoning ult.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing I always try to tell my teams too is now Folklore has to ult track that dragon again. I mean, they got to be thinking about it because they haven't used their ultimates yet. So normally it's always a good time to try to like track your ultimates based off of how well you're building yours. But Vanguard already back up to 30, getting the pick on JLo already in the fight. Folklore taking a longer approach here so far, already down 1. They're not really resetting yet. Effect has a very interesting placement, kind of facing towards the enemy spawn at the moment. I'm waiting for the heals before the invite goes in. Oh, a great coach gun there from Dragon, able to knock Faru off the high ground, who's now going after Tasty, who doesn't end up using the Transcendence and dies in the process. But Dragon takes down Effect, and Nanoblade not going to be online anymore. And there comes the Bob from Dragon to clean out point even more. And there's the Resurrect picking up that Zenyatta again. The point trying to take over Folklore, but they're down so many members. Tasty, with the headshot there onto Kevin as well. And 45 seconds. This is getting last fight territory here for Folklore now.
And honestly, Tasty just being patient, not popping that Transcendence. Although I'm sure their finger was smashing Q. Now has it for Nanoblade, so that's actually a huge win in Tasty's favor for that unfortunate and being res mid-fight and then taking out Kevin, getting that revenge. Oh, nothing sweeter, right, Tasty?
It was a great job from Poisey to hold on to that Resurrect until it was up. And there goes the Nanoblade picking up 2 through the Transcendence, the Mercy and the Ashe falling. And now with the Zen falling as well, no healing and all of the damage gone here for Dirt. Folklore Gaming using the showing off the Nano Boost, even though there's counters to it. That's still one hell of an ult combo.
Yeah, honestly, just because of how much damage you can do with 2 swipes of the blade, that is not enough healing regardless. And that's one thing you gotta think about. Really, Transcendence in that kind of situation, you want to use it more as a get out. It's a get out free jail card, not go to the Zenyatta.
Yeah.
Who was it? Poisey was on that Mercy, flew right up to Tasty. Poisey was already in a great spot, did not have to worry about the blade, and then just flew up and got caught along with Dash. So that's something you guys start thinking about too. Is how much damage are these ults doing? How much is it affecting?
It is. Now, Dirt making a couple of swaps, dragging over to the Sombra Vanguard on the Reaper there. Jodela, though, does take down the D.Va. Already 97 to the blade again. What on earth? They pop it again. The fight's barely even begun. Gets the pick there onto the Lucio. And now, he gets to the Sombra as well. Oh my goodness. Truth, though, with the Primal Rage, trying to get Test out as long as they can. The spawns from Dirt are going to be close by. There comes the bomb out of Wolf, though, trying to push through. Takes down Truth. No more contest there for the main tank on the point. It's up here to Jack, try to hold up as long as possible. Vanguard is gonna have to come out on the Doomfist, and now it is just do or die stall time for Dirt, not having really any ultimates available yet. Faru able to finish off the D.Va as well, and one tick already on the clock here for Folklore. There's the beat drop from Mercurian as well. A good bubble though from Truth blocks off a few of the members from receiving those buffs, and now Dirt getting two big picks. The Lucio falling down, but there's the EMP coming out from Dragon. It ends up catching the Genji, who dies immediately, and now Dirt, with the cleanup, is gonna be able to hold.
Right now, from both teams, I would love them to watch these VOD reviews right now because the way their Sombras are building their ults. Judelo just getting that blade so quickly. I think all he needed was the Hanzo to be gone and just be able to go in that backline, because he's definitely taking advantage of two very easy tanks to feed on.
Yeah. Oh, that's an interesting swap there from... Okay, a Wolf resetting the ult from Baby D form. I got excited. I saw the Orisa. But 60 seconds left for Folklore. Dirt in a very good spot. Oh my gosh, they're going to jive in right away. Force this fight quickly. Jack does have the bomb if they need it. They are deep in the backline. Effect ends up falling from this. And oh my goodness, the back cap going to happen. Tracer on the point. Able to get the tick. Dirt trying to get into point. They are going to touch just before the second tick can go through. But they are going to have that capture percentage still up there. It's gonna reset for them though, unfortunately, so it's not gonna end up catching, because they do need to get a full capture. So Kevin trying to get that sneaky back cack, but look at all these ultimates available for Dirt.
Yeah, right now I think Dirt's got map number 2 in the bag. Just another nice D.Va bomb coming in, just waiting for Faru to use their bubble, and might just get to see that right here.
It is. Even if Folklore takes this here, it's at least going to be a chance for Dirt to get the attack. Overtime going to have to come through. The blade coming out from Jodelo, not able to pick up any with it. Faru, though, going to be sitting on the point. Has to pop the Primal Rage to stay alive, but a good coalescence coming out from Tasty, putting it up through. There's the EMP coming through from Dragon as well. Picks up 2 members. The D.Va instantly demeched and finished off, and Dirt gonna win here on Volskaya and take us 2-0 here so far, and looking in very good shape here for the rest of tonight.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's just the little communications things. Looks like Dirt's starting to figure that out. Once again, though, these DPS are just insane on building their ults, and showing the difference on defense, and the complementary picks of the other DPS. That's been the difference, I think, so far.
Yeah, this has been a real fun one to watch. I'm really happy that we're starting to see Dive come back out again. It lets you show some of these higher skilled heroes like Genji's, Tracer, Sombra's too. Some people don't like watching Sombra gameplay. I think Sombra gameplay, that was always my favorite goats to watch, my favorite variant. There's just so much different mindset you have to have when playing with and against Sombras, and it's so much fun to end up watching on teams here. But with that being said, we're going to go to a halftime. Dirt up 2-0 still here. Just need to get one more map win tonight to end up taking it and move on and guarantee themselves a playoff spot. We're going to see if they have it in store, though, back here in about 10 minutes. Don't go anywhere. Awesome.
I'm NPC, the Tranquility Hammer. Have you lost Overwatch games due to smurfs, levers, or throwers? Have you been on the same team as Bard? You may be entitled to compensation.
I used to be in silver. Thanks to NPC and the Overwatch Tranquility community gear, I'm now a gold Moira player, spawn camping Ice, the Season 3 Discord tier MVP. Thanks, NPC!
Go to my website right now and let me fight for discounts for you. Go to owtranquility.org and click store, or go to shop.spreadshirt.com/owtranquility.
I've asked to remain anonymous for my safety, but I'm an admin in an Overwatch community. It can be exhausting work. But these shirts, they're so cheap, I have shirts to burn. And now thanks to NPC, I can own the Zoomers, and I can do it in style.
I'm going to hammer down prices of Tranquility merchandise this week. Up to 15%. If you place your order on July 29th or July 30th, you'll get 15% off your entire order. Go to my website now to get the SR and the Tranquility gear that you deserve. Tranquility merchandise does not guarantee victories in Overwatch or increase in skill rating. 15% off, valid on orders placed on July 29th and 30th at Spreadshirt.com.
Okay, getting the first pick. Get 3, Pyro, get 3 with the
Wade Kid putting on a clinic.
Whole team's down. Oh!
Experience tranquility.
All right, welcome back, everybody, from our halftime. We're bringing you back in for Dirt versus Folklore. Dirt up 2-0 currently, and remember, the winner tonight gonna advance into the playoffs. The loser season will end, unfortunately. And Folklore, with the map pick here, gonna take us to Blizzard World. We're not gonna waste any time getting back in. We're gonna see if they're up for the reverse sweep or if Dirt has found their number. Gizmo, welcome back again, friend. What are you expecting to see here out of these teams?
Right now, this is the true grit time. Can Folklore make that reverse sweep happen, or is Dirt just going to clutch it in this map? Personally, we're definitely going to see the dive because both teams seem to be very focused on that Winston defense for the tanks. I think it's really going to come down to the support picks and a little bit of the DPS picks, you know, which DPS are going to complement each other better. Dirt was able to find a lot more ground with the Ash Tracer over the Genji Ash. So that's something that's probably Folklore should look into. But I think Delo is a Genji, you know, specialist. And he was showing us some really great plays with the Genji.
Yeah.
So I think it's maybe trying to enable him more and thinking about maybe running the Lucio a little bit more, give him a little more back out speed. And we already see Kyren on the Lucio and Jadelo actually on the Sombra. So
Yeah, that's gonna be their. Yeah, that's their opening on the defense too. So not gonna have the resurrect, not gonna have the anti-nade. They're gonna be brawling there on that dive comp. They're gonna be looking to jump right on Dirt as they come out of spawn, or as they come around choke. Out of spawn would be a little too aggressive, although I kind of want to see that now.
Yeah, I know, right? Let's get like, you know, Symmetra going, really trap them in there. I used to do that with Paradise all the time on this map. It was so much fun.
Old school Symmetra with the turrets that bended around corners, and you had to click E to give someone, what was it, 25 shields? Spawn came with that Symmetra instead. I think I just triggered everybody by even mentioning that existed. But Dirt gonna be open up here with that dive composition. Jack doing that spy check, guessing correctly. They're going up against the Sombra. They're gonna run the Tracer Ash of their own, sticking with that Mercy and with that Zenyatta. Really liking those Discord orbs, giving Vanguard something to go after. And they're seeing Folklore up here on the high ground, trying to find how they're going to deal with it. You're going to see Kevin going to be looking to contest a point. Actually, they're going to go right in.
He's probably going to get a tick here.
Oh my goodness, it is. And there's one tick already on the board there. Tracer, and nobody's dealing with it yet. They're going to keep chicking up. But as the fight going through, Folklore is getting the picks to deal with it. Now they're going back to point with 2 picks going up there for Vanguard. Oh my goodness. So definitely, I mean, didn't get, like, I haven't gotten tons of picks until the end with Dragon, but I mean, you're gonna take that trade any day.
I mean, 2 ticks and now Dragon just getting 2 picks like that. It's just a huge win for Dirt right now. They got their cards in set.
It is. Kieran there on the Lucio, already kind of back to the point. A good job there from Truth, though. Going to be holding on to the top of ship and already contesting on the point. And yeah, they're going to just fall off and give it. Looking like they were getting close to try to contest and getting forward there a little bit. You see Faru throwing down the bubble, but not able to recontest, unfortunately. So a very quick take there for Dirt. Going to have 5 minutes and 15 seconds, I believe it was, to tick over here to start pushing into second.
Yeah, I think Wolf was trying to get that little above air time just right above the point kind of contest, but I think he went a little too high. So all in all, that was pretty much a straight C9 cap for Dirt, which you don't get to see very often, especially on Blizz World.
Yeah, unfortunate for the side of Folklore Gaming. But there we go, the Bob coming out from Dragon, going to be sitting here on the high ground, putting a lot of damage in, takes down Kieran. The EMP from Jadela going to come out. I don't think it actually caught, maybe it caught the Zenyatta. Yeah, it caught the Zenyatta.
It caught Tasty a little bit there, yeah.
Which, good pick out of that. I mean, Tasty did have that Transcendence available for that. Oh, the Mercy from Poisey does fall from Wolf at the end, but has to get demeched in the process. All the while, the cart still pushing along here for Dirt.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I mean, it was able to get Tasty. Tasty got res. And I think, if you ask me, that personally was a waste of the EMP. And they really need to make sure Jadelo has time to set up for it.
Yeah, try to catch as many members as they can and have the follow-up available. Kevin, though, doing a great job taking 2 picks for the side of Folklore, but Tasty with a 3K on the Zenyatta, cleaning up for Dirt. Trying to hold this point as best as they can. A really good res there from Poisey, able to get the team up. Truth resurrected just in time to throw the bubble bomb to block that bomb coming out from Wolf. And now the payload going to keep pushing forward. There's the death boss coming out from Kevin, but a fantastic job there from Tasty, able to block most of it there with the Transcendence. And now it's going to be trying to stall as best as they can for Folklore, but not tons of members left to go with it. You see Kevin still in the back line, does go down there from Tasty as well, who's just having a field day on the Zenyatta. I mean, not the hero you're seeing played all the time, but I can see why they're sticking to it. He's getting so much value with these orbs.
Someone needs to check Jonak's alt accounts, make sure that's not Tasty there, because I have seen some great tracking Tasty. With the Zenyatta Discord, ooh, Jadelo.
Yeah, it does get that the headshots. That might have been a one clip or something really close. I wasn't spectating to see, but they have the EMP available, already getting that forward positioning, looking for that spy check out of spawn already. And that EMP, you've seen how powerful it can be to win these fights alone, but Vanguard going to be in the back line trying to get a stick onto somebody before this fight can start. Folklore holding very fast. There's the stick, goes through, but a good job there from Kevin. End up using the Wraith form to drop the bomb. Nobody died from that. Farouk picking up Truth as well in the fight. The EMP catching lots of members of Dirt who are just going to do a casual reset here. They are able to take down the Sombra after this fight is over, and now not investing anything besides the pulse bomb into that fight. They're going to have a lot to recontest with, as they already do, pushing on the cart. Folklore holding into the backline here, gonna dive in now, but there's the Bob from Dragon going forward, putting a lot of pressure on to that Moira in the backline. And there comes the bomb out of Jack as well, placed perfectly, ends up getting the DMAC onto Wolf, and Farouk just trying to stall out cart as long as they can, but Folklore gonna have to reset into spawn here, and tons of time left for Dirt here to push into third.
Yeah, Tasty being able to pull up a Transcendence in a fight and a half, that's really big for a Zenyatta play, but right now the only thing stopping the Death Blossom being effective besides Jack's defense matrix is going to be that Valve.
And there it is, coming out right away, trying to keep a little bit of healing forward. Truth does end up falling now to that self-trap. A very good pulse bomb, though, getting the tanks very low on the side of Folklore. They have to, the healing, though, from effect is perfect to keep their team alive. Already getting close to that coalescence to throw forward. There's Kevin throwing out the Death Blossom, picks up 2, and I'm pretty sure did a lot of work there on the Dragon as well. And Folklore gonna be able to clean up here, getting the team kill onto Dirt with 2.5 minutes left here on the clock.
And that's actually a big trade, considering you're going to have EMP and Effects Coalescence coming up in the next fight. And they've got the ults right now. No one on the side of Dirt has an ult coming up close, except for Bob again from Dragon, which in its own right can be a huge play, but Jadela's got 2 things in his kit right now that is just going to shut that Bob down.
Yeah. They've used the Bob pretty aggressively to try to deal with the backline a little bit, but they got to be careful with that effect. And Kieran able to help us out with a 5-man EMP, catching the Zenyatta just as they needed, going down right away. The Bob actually going to get invest here from Dragon still. They want to win this fight even though they're down. And Folklore going to fall around corner and give away LOS. They end up demecking Jack in the process as well, so maybe a bit of an over-invest here from Dirt.
I think you're correct, but now they're going to have both Transcendence, Mercy ult, and Pulse Bomb just got thrown out, but they'll have both tanks ults as well. So even though that was what seemed like maybe a too much investment, I think it was just the right amount, because they have the ult economy in their favor coming up in this next fight, and it's maybe a 2 fight.
Full Sail. Yeah, Full Sail swaps though. You see that? Only the tanks remaining for them. They're gonna go mirror composition now.
Which might be a good idea because of that Sombra's been very huge help on this stopping this point.
And then it's tough to get your ultimates up that quickly, but these DPS have shown time and time again tonight they can build up ultimates pretty quickly, but not when you're dead. Vanguard falling early in that fight for them, but 2 picks big on the side of Dirt, taking down that Reaper and Winston. The Coalescence from Effect trying to keep their team alive, but they have to be careful, not trying to get staggered too much, as all right now the cart continuing to push. Folklore in a weird space here where you either have to contest cart or try to wait back and fall for spawns, but couple of big trades coming through for them. They take down the Sombra, who's getting very close to EMP, and Jodillo, oh my goodness, gets was that a 4K I think altogether? The EMP caught Jack. Yeah. Oh my goodness, massive job there from their Sombra. Winning the fight there for them, and now 15 seconds left. Folklore have tons to deal with Dirt coming in.
Yeah, and Dragon is coming up on that EMP, so doing his job, switching. Can we see a nasty D? Oh, doesn't find anything, fortunately.
Almost. Wolf, though, was able to take down. No Reapers left here in the fight. The Discord onto Dragon, who had the EMP, who falls in the fight. An amazing job there. Oh, no Discord, sorry. No more Zenyatta's in. I got too excited. But Farouk throwing out the Primal Rage, ends up getting a pick with that. And Dirt just trying to stick on the payload as best they can. The Diva there able to eat most of the ultimate coming through from Kevin. And Folklore all blue here in the kill feed, now with the DMAC going through as well. Just 2 or 3 members left. The EMP comes through, picks up 5 members, but doesn't pick up Effect, who still has the Coalescence up, and Dirt has to fall off the cart, and Folklore with an impressive hold here on 3rd point.
Yeah, I'd say right now that was a huge play by Jodillo. Was able to hack Dragon before Dragon could get off the EMP, which led to Dragon's death there. So I think that's probably where you thought you saw the Discord come out, because you saw the extra little icon.
I got excited.
But yeah, huge plays by Jodillo on the Sombra. You know, I think switching over to the Sombra on Dirt side was a smart idea. Mm-hmm. They may have done it a little too late because they weren't able to build up the EMP quick enough. But at the same time, when you're running that Sombra, you're really looking to use Sombra's kit as best as possible, and probably Dragon's thought is, I'm not getting enough value now on the Tracer because I'm not able to make those huge flanks I was able to on points 1 and 2. So let me go to Sombra. Let me try to either hack Kevin when he tries to pop his ult. Let me try to hack Wolf before he can, set off the bomb, or even, just keeping Farouk from going enraged monkey. That's probably what was going through Dragon's mind right then and there.
Yeah. Well, Folklore set themselves up well here. Can win the point here by getting through just past, I don't remember how many meters it was, but basically past that. I think you would call that the second choke on 3rd point. And so that first one's kind of around that first bend. So getting the card across there basically will give them the win here and let them continue on here tonight, pushing for that reverse sweep. They're going to have to go up against a Torb, though. The first time we've seen that tonight, running Torb and Ashe, that is a lot of span damage that's going to come through, and going to do a lot of work there to help counteract that Sombra from Jodillo, who's going to open on it again. Going to be running in as 6, which you often can see here with these kind of compositions with the Sombra. Now going to go up to the high ground, try to contest with this. They're going to be looking and seeing that Torbjorn soon. And Dirt already going to have to fall back a point here a little bit, trying to bait them in towards where that turret can get some damage. And there's Decloak going through, trying to put as much damage as they can onto Jack on the side. Kieran able to take down that turret now. And now it's go time for the Reaper, who goes forward, baits out the overdrive. Now they're not going to have to deal with here on this dive initiation. A fantastic job there from Kevin, baiting out that big ability, and now Folklore just waiting for the right moment to kind of push in, but gonna go the long route, gonna go around here, push him off the high ground again. A good job from them, gonna take down the turret. And but look at a great rotation from Dragon, who's already 80% and gets the pick there as well onto the Sombra on this high ground. 2 picks actually. Oh my goodness, the Bob available if they need it, throwing it on the point to contest. And Dirt gonna get the win here onto first point, sewingly, and a lot of time off the clock. That was a long push for Folklore.
Yeah, great rotation from Dirt, honestly. I think they realized that Dragon was the main target for Folklore to dive, because Dragon has just been a huge problem for Folklore on the Ashe. 30% on a Bob just after that fight. Both your supports are coming up on their ults, where Folklore the closest thing you're at right now is the beat drop, or is the beat drop, and primal. So I think this is gonna be a huge win, and you've got 2 zoning ults, actually 3 zoning ults on the side of Dirt coming up as well.
Yeah. And Poisey gonna use that Valkyrie pretty early on. There's the Molten Core coming up from Vanguard. A lot of it being eaten, actually just protecting the Zenyatta up on the high ground so they can't dive up top. And there is the EMP, only catches 1. Tasty able to use the Transcendence to counter that. And the Lucio trying to be quick there with the wall rides, lands a little bit into the Molten Core, and it's gonna be another cleanup here for Dirt with 1:40 left on the clock for Folklore.
All honesty, Vanguard, that was big brains right there, that Molten Core. Protecting your Zenyatta and Tasty, just, unfortunate for Jadella not getting Tasty in that EMP. And that's the true, turnaround for the fight. You lose your Lucio, you use Beat Drop, and Tasty's still able to get out that Transcendence, just keeping his team up. And it was a huge hack, too. So,
yeah,
that was just a big play on the side of Dirt.
It is. They have the bomb. They got the Bob able here too. The 2B ultimates available. But Jodelo off the Sombra onto the Genji now. No Ana to go with it. Going to be looking to still get a blade. A minute left. Not tons of time, but been able to build up these Dragon Blades pretty quickly. Kevin over onto the Ashe now as well. Going to be able to deal with this turret from Vanguard a lot easier here with this composition now. And there comes the initiation from Faru into the backline, putting lots of damage there onto the Zenyatta. A good bomb able to go through. Picks up Dragon in the process. 3 down for Dirt. As Folklore gonna push into point and clean up these remaining members and get that first point take.
Yeah, right now it's all on Folklore, just trying to get as much time as possible. They will cap this point. I think making those switches was the right call because they weren't getting the effect with the Reaper they needed. They weren't getting enough value with Sombra. Whoops.
That was good. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Not even intentionally either, folks. But just
take credit for that. Take credit.
Oh yeah. But that's what I was saying at the beginning of tonight. It's all going to be about making the switches you need to make. It's better to play what you're good at, which to me, Jadelo's already almost at a blade, so going through that Genji is a better call for him. Kevin on the Ashe is a better call.
It is, and they're going to have both of those ultimates available here. And they're dealing with that Torbjorn turret so much better now. There's the Valkyrie out of Poisey, giving them just a little bit. Actually, they're just going to wait it out. Good job there from Folklore. They're still pushing cart. There comes the Bob way into the back. Ends up getting booped down, actually. A good coach gun from Dragon to protect the Zenyatta, and the Bob going to try to take out this diva as best they can. The turret falling again. Vanguard. Oh my goodness, took down right as the blade got popped too. Massive job there from Tasty. They didn't have to use 2 kills. This Zenyatta is insane. Ends up falling, unfortunately, into the fight, and no res gonna be available as Faru picks up 2 big picks there in the backline. But oh my goodness, the trade's coming back through from the tanks there on the Dirt. The bomb taking out Kirim. Tasty still has this Transcendence if they need it, but I don't think they're gonna have to, as Dirt gonna clean up in a very closely contested fight.
Tasty just taking the fight over there, just hobbling up both DPS. And I mean, just like, come on now. Took out Jadelo as Poppin' Blade. Who needs Transcendent? I've got right click to your face.
Hey, the best defense is sometimes a good offense, and the res having to be used here from Poisey early in the fight. Vanguard getting picked there from Kevin, and now the turret going down there, and you're seeing it go down so quickly in this fight. Folklore is doing a much better job dealing with that here now, and the Bob available for Dragon. They still have that Transcendence if they need it, but Folklore gonna have to try to get some ultimates out here of their own. 52 seconds. They either have a chance to take a quick fight here, or most likely probably drag this out. It's gonna be overtime, pushing into second point. Most likely now, Kieran now gonna pop that Valkyrie, give their team a little extra double support out of them actually. At the same time, they're able to take down Truth with it. The cart progressing all the while. Vanguard now getting attacked on the high ground. There is the Transcendence from Tasty, trying to counter this this dive in, and oh, Wolf just gonna drop the Diva Bomb on the high ground, takes down Dragon. Very good job for them. The payload continuing to push forward now. Bob the only one contesting. The primal range from Faru being used, but gets discorded and is getting shredded. Incredibly, no shield going to be there to help protect from the Diva Bomb. It goes in just a little bit too far. Good job from Folklore to avoid a lot of that damage, and now they lost their Mercy. Dragon with a huge pick for the team, even though they've lost Truth here. There's not going to be that Mercy for the side of Folklore Gaming, and there comes the res coming through. But oh my god, this Danilo dies again with the blade. Oh my goodness, Vanguard coming in clutch for their team with the Torb here in Molten Core, and oh my goodness, Dort pulling it back from the reins of defeat to win here on Blizzard World, win the game, make it to the playoffs, and go up 3-0 tonight.
All right, I see what you did there with Vanguard. You know, he's showing that Defron spirit, though, and also showing that Torb is the better duelist, especially when going against that Reaper. Oh my, tasty. Good
Wow.
God, just watching
Oh
that play the game, I lost train of thought there.
Oh, do you see how much? 3,200 Transcendence healing.
Oh my Lord. That is right there a support difference.
That's
That-
crazy.
I already know who my MVP of the night is.
I was gonna say, well, we still got another map to go through. Yeah, there's still another map to go to, so we're gonna have to see if they keep up with the Zenyatta. But I mean, yeah, keep running that. We are gonna still play a fourth map, although Dirt has got the victory for tonight, and have advanced to the playoffs. We're still gonna see both teams give us one more map here tonight as we go to Escort. That is going to be Folklore's pick. They got to choose here between Junkertown, Dorado, or Gibraltar. And I believe Corrin has to come back in for this map here as well. So we'll see where they sub them in on the DPS. But even though Dirt got that last win there, I want to say that was a different Folklore we saw on map 3 than we did on map 2. That was closer to the Folklore we saw back on map 1, which map 1 and 3 were so closely contested.
Yeah, I think, like I said, what Folklore needs to do once tonight's over is just, like I said, go through that VOD review, figure out where miscommunication was, because I think that's the difference. I think if they had a better set plan tonight, they could have easily taken Dirt down to their own grave and, just dust off the boots and call it a night. But unfortunately, they didn't. And Dirt, I think Dirt, we saw them actually improve as the night went and just kept improving. Dragon just huge on that Ashe, and Vanguard just showed us a variety of hero pool. Like he was on the Torb, he was on the Tracer, he was on the Hanzo tonight. He's just been absolute dynamite character of a DPS.
Yeah, they've been doing a great job. The DPS really getting to shine here in this kind of a divey composition. We're going to see the pick for Folklore going over to Dorado for our Escort map, which is always a fun one for me to see. I feel like every good game I've ever casted, not good in the sense of me casting it, in the sense of me watching the players play, has always been on Dorado. It's like one of my favorite maps to end up watching people on. We are going to see Frosty coming in. They're going to come in on the support, who is going to be subbing in for Effect. And we'll see how they change that here coming in, if that's going to change up their compositions at all. They've been kind of running that on a lot of the time. They're going to be on the defense here when they get to Dorado, so that Mercy pick always being good there on basically every map, honestly, at the moment. Mercy seems to be one of the better healers, but going to be really good to give them those resurrections when they're fighting forward on that high ground, especially with that damage boost. You probably see some Ashe play coming out from them. Definitely going to see Ashe, I'm going to guess, on the side of Dirt on that defense on that high ground, unless we see both teams just trying wacky stuff, because this map really doesn't matter. Not really doesn't matter for seeding anymore, so both teams going to be played through it. So I kind of want to see something wacky coming out of these guys. Something crazy like.
Hey, can we get a little ball hog torture in here, please?
I would love.
Maybe some Bastion.
So
I know Captain Jack would love that.
He would.
And this is not a map that's unfamiliar with that happening. So.
Yeah, this seems to be like one of the Bastion namesakes there on that pirate ship on attack. I hate to see it on the defense. You never can deal with it. I've been full held. I don't know if I've been full held on this map more than others, but it feels like I have. Ugh, that first little choke. If you don't get through it like on the second attempt, I just know the comp game's already over.
Heck, honestly, there's one strategy that I know everyone hates and loves at the same time. You run the May, you start in that little small room on the left as soon as you come out the door, and you just pop that
so
wall.
Deadly.
And honestly, with the changes to Orisa, running the double shield ain't a terrible idea, but this is a good dive map too, so I wouldn't be shocked if they stick on that dive.
Yeah, I think one of the weirdest things right now is I think we're going to find out here pretty soon that Orisa is still a pretty good tank with these swaps that have come through. With the fact that we're not seeing, because it's playoffs, any patch switches for OWL. I think it's really hard to sometimes gauge because they're not scrimming on this, so it's not like falling down into the tier 2 scrims and then the tier 3 scrims and then whatever the heck the tier we are in Tranquility. Oh, I think my cat's saying hello. She wants to say hi. Wave, Cleo.
But yeah, honestly, the changes to Orisa and reverting the changes to Hog, so you can one-shot people again. Honestly, that's a tank comp that is definitely doable again. And I know a lot of off tanks in Transcendence. I know
play
there's
that
a particular
Roadhog.
one on Paradise that loves that Roadhog. So I think they're finally getting to that stage now where pretty much any tank can be viable.
It's a rare stage to be in too, right?
It really is. But it seems like they finally found the right balance, knock on wood, for the tank lines. They just now need to work on that support. DPS, I think, honestly, it's DPS is right where it needs to be. Just leave Echo behind because Echo can play everything. So Echo doesn't matter. But
it's so hard to balance this game, man. I mean, like, it is. Every little change just affects every single character. Oh.
And just having the amount of characters they have and everyone having their own unique abilities. Samito has said it over and over again. It is impossible to perfectly balance this game.
I don't think we'll ever be able to. But I think sometimes they're
at a good point.
Oh yeah. I don't know if I'm hoping to see it. We might be seeing it. It'll be interesting if teams are going to start to figure out that the Orisa Hog composition is pretty good. And maybe we'll see that in the playoffs coming out for Tranquility this season.
I think they need a pause right now because Tasty took a little dive. So, but yeah, like you were saying, this right now, I think tanks, it's the best for them right now.
Yeah, I think it's a very good time. So I'm just double checking chat real quick. I apparently the game my team is in just ended because I just got like 35 notifications of Tranquility.
Yeah, I see that now.
I'm just gonna take us back to lobby here as we're waiting to see. Okay, we got the ready from dirt. Double check with Folklore.
Vanguard.
Yeah, Vanguard. Okay. I think it's a good time. It's fun to watch these tanks. I'm hoping maybe we'll see some of the teams starting to figure out if Orisa Hog's viable again for them once we get into the playoffs. I think one of the hardest things is that we're not seeing it, like I was saying, fall down through that scrim ladder because, like you'll see like the contenders, like I was saying, OWL's contenders teams, it scrims Tim 3, Tier 4, and the Tier 4 coaches tell us what to play. And since contenders will be the only thing really playing on the patch, since there's no World Cup for quite a while, right? I don't know when the next OWL season will start up here when the playoffs ends, but our playoff season, right around the corner will be really interesting to watch. So teams are in a pretty good spot right now. They can kind of pick a composition they want to run. And as long as it's not heavily counterable, like maybe you're not running the wrecking ball dive, because that's a little easier to counter, in my opinion, than the Winston dive. So teams will have, will have time to kind of like iron out a composition they want. The Somber Reaper seems to be really popular at the moment. Teams can keep playing that. Initially brought that in, I believe, because it really dealt with the Roadhogs, with the powerful Roadhogs. Teams seem to be sticking with it now, even though the Roadhogs aren't being ran. Just because I think
the hacks are just huge right now. You can really, especially if everyone's starting to run this dive composition, you can really punish someone for not waiting to find out where that Somber is. And that's another thing too with the tanks right now where they're at. Like I said, you can play whatever tank you want and be fine. That's going to determine the DPS you play. You're going to have to find the DPS that can enable those tanks, protect them, and stuff like that. If you're running a dive composition, that Ashe is huge because she can constantly cause pressure from a further range than going up with the Genji and Tracer up, like a normal dive. So I think that's probably why Dragon's been so huge tonight. And just having that Mercy pocket, being able to one-shot pretty much all the squishies, it's just... It's been a literal nightmare for Folklore, and that's something you got to think about too. They've been trying to use those supports to kind of help their DPS, but if you ask me, their DPS don't need the help right now. It's the tanks that need the help. So maybe switch up the strategies. Go for let's pocket and help Faru, because Faru had like an insane play, but he just doesn't have the health he needs because tanks just get melted when you're running in damage boost Ashe, the Reaper, or the Sombra. It's just
That's so hard.
it's nasty.
I don't know how you play main tank into this. I could never play main tank into comps anyway because I would just die right away. But I can't even imagine now. That's so much damage right away. Ugh.
At least there's no Mei right now in the meta, so
Oh, thank
all
God.
Mei tanks are like, thank God for that. The demon is finally with the rest, along with her twin sister Brigitte.
Yeah, that was like the old days in Double Shield when after the Arisa Sigma was in and it was just Mei Reaper every map. Or oh my God, that was.
Those were true dark times in Overwatch. Like I'd rather go back to Bastion having his own shield than that stuff.
Oh, gee, I don't know about that. That's, I kind of wish they would give us an experimental card or we could mess around with things like that because I didn't get to play the beta. That would have been fun though. Dirt seems like they're playing kind of like a beta composition, opening up at the moment. That looks like the first couple like the first half year of Overwatch. Oh, they're going back to the Winston. Okay.
I was really hoping for the Hammond.
Well, we do see Dragon starting here on the Widowmaker, maybe trying to get a picture out of the top. They're sitting at that high ground. But Jodela over on the far end, they're going to open with that there on the defense. Pretty powerful. Oh, almost going down right away. Didn't have the pocket available from the Mercy yet. So they almost fall, but the body shot not able to pick enough up. Already up to 45-50% towards that sights up. And there's the headshot as well onto Kevin, who was doing a lot of work there on the Ashe, so now not going to have that coach gun to deal with that dive coming in, but the res somehow coming through. Oh my goodness, but Dragon cleaning up again here on this Widowmaker. They have to dive into the backline to deal with it. Kevin able to finish now. The cart getting underneath the bridge here, but the fight seeming to go on behind it kind of as Folklore deep into the backline trying to finish off these staggers, but both supports there to deal with it, and the cart gonna keep pressing through as Truth's just sitting there pushing as best they can, gonna dive out now, and Dirt just gonna regroup here and push back in.
Yeah, I'm gonna say right now though, Dragon with that hook shot was just nasty. Making Vanguard to already switch off that Pharah. And now Dragon's got free reign with the Ashe, so I think it's a nice little play for them.
That it is. Vanguard switching over to the Genji. We're going to have Genjis going both ways now. Good job there from Dak, finishing off Faru, who was right at the primal rage. The res having to be used now to keep up with this. There comes the Bob out of Kevin to contest the point. The Genji getting the deflex, but falling a little too quickly there. Bob finishing the kill, but Kevin did fall to Truth in the end. There comes the Nano Boost on the Faru, who has the Primal Rage up, getting even more health. The Resurrector from Vanguard somehow coming through with all of the boops and stuns around. And wow, there goes Faru again, putting the Genji right back down. Says, no, old man, let me sit you back down where you belong. And Folklore is going to keep pushing through here. And just 2 minutes left here on the clock for Dirt.
Yeah, right now, if Folklore had been playing like this all night, we probably would have had a reverse sweep because they're in sync right now. And you know what? Jodela on that Genji once again. Just that is his hero. He is Genji Shimada. I don't think you can argue right now that there's a better Genji in tonight's game.
Yeah, we haven't really got to see tons from Dirt on it yet. We're up to see what Vanguard does here with that blade of their own. They don't have a nano boost to go with it. They do have a mercy pocket, possibly. And oh, there it is. Jodela doing it again, taking out Dragon in this fight. Haven't even had to use an ultimate with this fight basically already ending. And there they are. Folklore are going to go back up to the high ground and deal with this. Kevin getting the pick on the Tasty as well, just continuing to stall out. That's a really big fight win for them without having to give up any ultimates.
Yeah. I think Jodela knows that Tasty has that Transcendence ready, so he's probably waiting for that nano before he's going to pop that blade. Ooh, what a great pick by Dragon.
It is the res able to come out in time. There comes the Valkyrie as well. Now here comes the blade out of Vanguard. Picks up 3 members falling, and Dirt gonna be able to push through. Now they do lose the Zenyatta in the process, but probably not gonna matter. The res getting blocked actually. Good job there from Faru popping the primal to deal with that. Now with the spawn's gonna be available to bring him back in though. Folklore gonna try to contest this. They're gonna have to fall out for a second. A lot of damage still coming through here onto the tanks. They are gonna have the blade. Nano not quite available, but Kevin's gonna have the bomb to contest on point as it go in. There is the bomb from Jack. Not able to catch any just yet. The cart still progressing. There comes the blade now. from Jodelo. A great job there from Tasty, able to block through. Dragon falls during the fight, but gets rezzed immediately right back up in dirt. Getting the picks they need, and they're going to push through here, but not tons of time was left for them.
Yeah. I think Jodelo was just waiting for that nano, but unfortunately had to feel like he forced the blade there. Trying to change that fight, but just a huge play on dirt, and Jodelo just saying, "Hey, I'm still here, buddy. Let me take this little baby diva for a spin."
Good job for them. 2 minutes left for them to push through. They're forward. They cleaned up a lot of... They're trying to clean up some of those spawns. Folklore able to respawn now. Jodelo trying to get some picks early on in the bottom. You do see now the high ground coming back up from dirt. A great job there from Wolf, using the boosters to knock a few of the members of dirt back down to the low ground. They're going to have that Ash set up top still. Not tons of ultimate to deal with. Frosty has this nano boost though, but oh no, falls before the fight. Really starts taking off too much. They have to use the Resurrect now to keep that alive. The nano boost could go out here onto the Winston, but Jello's already 70 again to the blade, but falls again. Dragon getting these huge opening picks for their team, but oh, there it comes for Folklore. The tank stepping up, getting 3 picks now into this fight. Both supports down and the Winston, so gonna be hard for Dirt to continue pushing as they have to reset. And the tanks from Folklore cleaning up there in that fight.
Yeah, and you know, honestly, Frosty might want to look at using that nano for the next fight. Maybe not necessarily for the Genji nano blade, but ooh, what a great pick, Kevin. But maybe even saving the tank.
Yeah. Well, they have the Nano Blade, they have the Bob, they use the res here on the Dragon. 5 ults available, about to get their 6. So Dirt looking pretty good. A minute left. Gonna be hard for them to get 2 very clean engagements out of this, but they're going to need all 6 of those ultimates to win through. There comes the Nano Blade going through, picks out the Mercy, even though the Transcendence is up, still trying to get the Ash. Just a micro HP. Tasty doing just enough to deal with it. The Bob being thrown out now. Gets slept behind point as Folklore gonna wait here, but now Dirt investing back in. Kevin using the coach gun yet again, staying alive. A great job. There comes the Bob out from Wolf onto the point, zoning out as best they can. They still have a Bob of their own to deal with it, but only 2 ultimates used so far from Dirt. Truth incredibly low. Gonna have to use these ultimates pretty soon though to win. There comes the bomb out of Jack for the remix, so it seems. Not able to catch any. The bomb, I mean the shield from Faru able to block enough of it, but they still have this blade. They gotta be careful here. Just 10 seconds left. Waiting for a few members to push back in, so it seems, but oh no, with the Mercy falling now too, and Dragon. I don't even know if they're gonna have everybody even they can touch. No, they're not gonna even be able to. And Folklore hold here on the second point, only 61 meters forward, and with that looking, Folklore definitely looking strong to win this map.
Yeah, they were playing the blue box strategy, and for those of you who don't know what the blue box strategy is, that is on Gibraltar. There's 2 blue boxes on the first point, but for here, there's no blue box, but I consider this little plant box second point just right on the high ground. That's the blue box. You want to hold that right there because you've got perfect angles for dives, and actually prevented Dragon from being able to be in effect, because the moment Dragon would try coach gunning up there, get knocked right off. So
yeah,
that was some really great defense we saw from Folklore right there. Yeah,
it was. Now they're gonna have again game back in their hands like we saw there on Blizzard World. They can win this year if they're able to push through. Dirt gonna be looking to defend. They're gonna open up on that Diva. It looks like keeping Tasty on the Zenyatta. You can't blame them there whatsoever for that.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
I mean, just the amount of work they're able to get through with those discords and the damage they're able to pop out has been very impressive. So I'm gonna stick with that. Running the Mercy still, that Ash and the Tracer on the defense. You saw the Genjis out of the other sides. Folklore, I'm gonna see how they deal with it. Might be running more of a diving composition. We could maybe see the Wrecking Ball. They also could just be shooting the little noisemakers and spawn for it. Yeah.
I thought we were going to see the legs too. You don't see that.
I was hoping, because I'm like, the Tesla cannon doesn't work as well onto the little noisemakers, so you go over the ball sometimes. Yeah. But I'm still going to see Jodelo on the Genji, which will be good for them. Running that Ana and the Mercy. There's the initiation there from Faru, putting the bubble up and getting very low that Discord and forcing them to fall downwards and try to get healing, but not quick enough. The Resurrect is going to be available for them in this fight. The payload not really getting pushed too much as the initiation come back in. A great anti-nade from Frosty lands. The Diva getting, and Truth falling from the Diva of Jack getting so low, and they're not able to deal with these tanks up on the high ground. But as I say that, Faru does end up falling. The res not going to be available for them anymore. And Tasty taking out that flanker in the fight in Folklore. Going to have to reset as Dirt gets their first hold.
Yeah, that's actually a really big win for Dirt right now, being able to stop the payload before it gets past that bridge. Now they have a chance to recontest if they lose the next fight. And that's a hard choke to just pass through.
Ooh. It is. Tasty, though, falls. They have the Resurrect available. They use it and pop the Valkyrie wider away for their team. And now Folklore going to be pushing in with their own here, getting close to so many of their ultimates, almost all of them about to come online. But Dirt looking to be just as in good shape. It'll be interesting to see if they can get the Dragon Blade off before Tasty can build up this Transcendence. And as all three coming online at the same exact time, both three ultimates at the same time too. There goes the Nano Blade. Jodale was able to pick up two though, while the Transcendence is out. The Mercy ends up falling. The anti-nade from Frosty coming through. The Resurrect picking them back up as well. And now with the payload pushing Folklore, going to be looking to have a great time bank going into second.
Yeah, and that's another thing too when you're looking at going against this Nano Blade. Transcendence is a huge ult, but if there's an auto on the other team, you gotta be careful for that, anti-nade.
Yeah, it's like that Baptiste Immortality field. It's such an important ability to deal with there. And now the Bob being used from Kevin picks up two there in the fight. Jadela does end up falling, but no Mercy going to be able to help resurrect the rest of Dirt. And now with no support left, Folklore going to continue pushing through, and not tons of space. They have to really keep pushing through here. I think they're gonna have about 4 minutes. Yeah, well, we're almost exactly on the clock there. I planned that out, I swear. To push through here just around that second choke.
Yeah, and I mean they're all in that corner, so that's an easy win right there for them as long as they play their card right. And Jadelo's who I'd be initiating right now because he's doing the work. He's making the ground. He's making the space. As Shadow 2K would say, I'm making space. That's Genji.
They are doing a great job of holding so aggressively here, and they have so much time. This is the right move for them. The card's going to continue pushing. Even if they lose spawns here, you see Vanguard's going to go and try to contest point on their own. Wolf, though, with a clean 2K into the spawn here of Dirt, and Folklore going to keep pushing through. There is the bomb coming out as well, trying to deal with this. Wolf getting a third as well. Oh my goodness, the card still contest. Folklore having to go back and deal with it now. It's really impressive that Frosty didn't end up dying at all during that.
No, Vanguard I think was just toying with Frosty, just going around, just letting Frosty try to hit him. It was great. I was watching that as the whole, keep them in spawn was happening.
Yeah. Well, there's the Bob coming out from Dragon. Going to contest point there. The Sleep, though, available from Frosty, and they have the Nano Blade available as well. The Valkyrie coming out from Kieran to help deal with things, but Frosty's getting solo. Got to watch out for the Bob. Ends up dying. No, the Blade coming out as well. Picks up the Mercy, but the Transcendence from Tasty, I think, able to help their team sustain through it a bit more. The Resurrect comes back on to Kevin. Farudo with a 2K. They're cleaning up on point. Now the Bob's going to be standing behind, putting in a lot of pressure into the backline with Vanguard falling now. The payload just 4 meters away, and just the Diva left here to help contest through, and Folklore gonna keep pushing through as they go in and win Dorado. Oh no, the Mercy! There's Poisey, gonna try to cast best they can, doesn't get any enough damage off. It's really just down to these last stalls to come through, but Folklore gonna get the map win as long as they can continue to get these picks through with the Lucio and the Ash falling now. The Primal Rage Retreat gonna do the best they can to hold out, but anti-native from Frosty, they have to go back to get as much health as they can. Now it's down to Vanguard on the Tracer to keep the point going, and the Primal Rage Retreat at 1 HP going through just to Diva back from respawns as the Moira comes in to continue the stall, but it's not going to matter as Folklore able to clean up here and win on Dorado.
What an amazing stall from Dirt right there. I honestly was wondering if they were actually going to pull it out.
I mean, they did it a few other times tonight.
But good for Folklore taking that last map, showing that they still had some vigor left to do so.
Yeah. Also, respect to Dirt for playing the map too. In one of the last games I saw where it was kind of over and the seeding was done, the other team didn't really give it their hardest. So thank you, good respect to Dirt for still playing through on that fourth map with them like that.
Yeah. And I mean that's the way to end the season. Even if you don't win on a win, even if you don't end on a win, you should at least end on trying your hardest. That's really what it should be. Trying your hardest and having fun.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's kind of a shame. It ended up 3-1 for the match tonight because that was a really close game. It felt like a 3-2 kind of game out of both teams there. I mean, you don't get any closer than we really got there on our control with Busan. And then, I mean, Map 2 looked pretty dominant over the side of Dirt, but Blizzard World was neck and neck. Folklore pretty dominant there on Dorado as well. So GG's out of both teams. Unfortunately, that's going to be end of the road this season for Folklore Gaming. But Dirt, going to get that final spot in the Transcendence tier playoffs, going to move through and play against I think the number 1 seed. I need to touch up again on how we're going to be doing the seeding in the Transcendence tier. We did a Swiss style here in the stage 2, but if I'm not mistaken, they go up against the number 1 seed, which was Pogfish. I'm not sure about the scores tonight though. We'll see and who ended up winning and who they'll go up against. They'll be covering that on Monday here on the Tranquility podcast, where they're going to be breaking down every game. We're going to break down all the teams. All of us podcasters are going to be there. We even have to get Cab to make a new screen for us to fit all our beautiful faces on because as much as we want to have like 8 different versions of NPC on the screen, we got to throw, mine, unfortunately, on there, Jax and Mr. Yetis, of course. So make sure you're tuning in for that. I wish I could tell you which games are going to be broadcasted next week, but we're recording this on Wednesday the 30th. We'll be broadcasting this live on Friday the 2nd. So I don't know who's going to be playing next week yet. All I can tell you is make sure you guys are following us on Twitch to catch our updates to see what games are going to be playing. Our normal broadcast schedules sometimes change when it comes to the playoffs. We don't. It's harder for some teams to make sure they have everybody available to play on some of their Tuesdays or Thursday matches. Quite often, we end up making sure we broadcast live on Wednesdays. That'll be a difference, at least for next week. We normally have a desk analyst on with us, kind of helping break down the other matches that are currently live on Wednesdays. So make sure you guys are tuning in and keeping up on everything. Make sure you're checking out the YouTube as well. All our VODs will be going over there. We will have our YouTube feature match going up onto the over to YouTube, and that'll be Paradise versus Jersey Boys. You're probably you're gonna be hearing Gizmo on that cast, and I'll at least be around on production. So that'll be a real fun one to end up watching.
It will be, especially since Paradise is a former team, so now I get to trash talk them.
Oh, you gotta be. It's always so fun to be as hard as you can on them.
Oh yeah,
always. Well, that's going to about wrap it up here again for us tonight. GG's out to both sides, to Dirt and Folklore Gaming. But good luck to Dirt as they continue on. And we hope we see more of Folklore Gaming coming into our next seasons. We wish them the best here in the off season and hope to see them soon. But for that, a big thank you again also to Jukebox on production for us tonight. Glad to have you on part of the team. But with that being said, I have been Booth on production, joined by my friend Mr. Gizmo Charmander. If you want to take us out here, Gizmo.
Yeah. Everyone have a safe weekend and see you next time.